Hi, it's Molly. Welcome back to my channel as we're going to take a look at the Aquarius New Moon happening on February 9th, 2024 at 5:57 p.m. That's Eastern Time, so be sure and adjust for your location on the planet. The Aquarius New Moon is happening at 20 degrees 41 minutes of Aquarius, where the Sun and Moon are conjunct as they are every month. And during this particular energy cycle, we have some surprising developments taking place. This is a punchy new moon. It is electric, and it is really continuing the themes of change that were also prominent during the Leo full moon. So you would identify where you have 20 degrees, 41 minutes of Aquarius. We typically round up then to 21 degrees. And the house that this new moon is occurring in for you is where a new start is coming in. And it's based on the Aquarian ideals and themes of looking at the bigger picture of your life. What are you moving towards? What are you creating? What do you have your mind set on? As the Aquarian mind can be fixated on where it's going, it can also be quite impatient to get there and also wants to tune in to what is really true for you. What is really in alignment with what I want, which could be different than what others want. And that is part of the push and pull with Aquarian energies, is really having a strength in self, which Aquarian energy does have, but understanding how your energy affects a community, affects others. It goes out into the collective and is a part of our overall energy grid. So with this new moon, it could be something is coming back internally within yourself that your understanding is true for you, even if it's not what you thought it would be or where you thought you would be going. This is the beginning point of something that uniquely calls to you. And this is also our first new moon with Pluto in Aquarius, now in new territory, as Pluto is at 0 degrees 38 minutes of Aquarius. Back in 2023, when Pluto was in Aquarius for just over 2 months, Pluto only got to 0 degrees 22 minutes. So now Pluto is moving into a new area here and activating even more of what these Aquarian themes are for you. Although Pluto will destroy it first. Pluto will bring your consciousness to a fear you have to face, something you need to look right in the eye. And where I'm going with this is that this is not only the Aquarius new moon, but it's also the start of the Lunar New Year, which is the year of the wood dragon. And I feel like this Pluto is connected to our internal dragon and looking at what we're ready to face, what we're ready to truly see from a higher vantage point, as well as to demolish or get rid of any lower aspects of self that aren't connected to this future self energy. And by future self, it could feel like parts of your energy that were far away, that were out there, that were eventually going to be something that you merged with or integrated with. Well, this could be a new moon where that integration occurs. You're meeting aspects of your future self while being aware of what can't go with you into this next timeline. What is not an energy fit? What isn't able to travel with you into this next level or into these new experiences? Pluto changing signs is a really big deal, as I'm sure you've heard every astrologer discuss. And yet Pluto is not done with Capricorn. So Pluto does go back into Capricorn September through most of November of this year. So there is a big initiation energy here. Big because it's Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius. It's also our only Aquarius new moon of the year. And there's something that's beginning that you'll actually be revisiting later in the year. So allow that to be a part of your expectations. For all the ways the Aquarius energy wants to get there, wants to be in it, is following that passion, that drive, even that ideal, there are still things that have to be worked through and worked out. And it feels like this energy is going to show you erratically what stays and what goes. There can be a sense here that you're having to push through or demolish quite a bit. And one thing I love about the Aquarian glyph is that to me, it looks like electrical currents. And yes, it is the energy of the water bearer as well, but Aquarius is not a water sign. So I see these as electrical currents pulsing through us, bringing in those incoming fresh neutrinos from the sun, fresh galactic codes, fresh light codes, fresh energy from distant, faraway places it's an incoming energy that influences us to take it seriously, to honor it, to be responsible with what we are sensing is true for us now. There's strong sovereignty with Aquarius. There's a strong need to do something on your own terms, in your own way, even to maintain your boundaries around what is true for you and what you want to honor in your journey right now. Now, one of the biggest aspects here to the sun and the moon is this square from Uranus in Taurus at 19 degrees still. And this is a square that doesn't tolerate much because the energy here wants something to break off or break away. There is a strong need for freedom with Uranus squaring the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon being the personal energies of self and needs, your external self, your internal needs, what is being recalibrated, what is coming up to your conscious awareness. And here we have this Uranus and Taurus giving you some clear messages of even, I can't handle it, I don't want it, I don't care, it's not my problem. It's a very sharp edge, like it's a very clear sense of that's not my responsibility, I'm not going to handle that anymore, I'm not going to do that anymore. There tends to be a sense of what you don't want if you've taken on too much, especially if you're in the middle of a collective energy field. You know, you're managing groups, you're working with a lot of people, you have a lot of responsibilities. There's things that are woven together. You know, we think of Aquarius 2 as the internet, as the World Wide Web. We'll think of a web of energy. If you're tangled up in a web of energy, this is an aspect here of I don't want anything touching me anymore. I want to be set free, especially Uranus in Taurus that would prefer to be self-reliant. I'll just do it on my own. I can do it better on my own. All of this is too much. And so this is where there can be breakups in groups, in workplaces, in offices, in collective environments. This could be something coming up around, I'm just going to go my own way. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to be a part of it. But really what this Uranus wants you to see, because Uranus is the modern ruler of these Aquarian energies, Uranus also wants to give you the strength and understanding that you're capable of doing more on your own. And in Taurus, it can bring up our financial worries. It can bring up a sense of, can I do this on my own? Can I stand on my own? Am I capable? Am I made to do this? And it digs in deeper to what we've believed around our own, not only capabilities, but a sense of inner core strength. And I feel like what this Uranus and Taurus can also bring up is what we've overly relied on from others to provide for us. And there could be something here that's changing where you could say, I think I'm going to be better off doing this on my own terms, having less is more. I think I'm going to enjoy the freedom in that and even figuring it out. There could be some things that come up here that you're understanding you've outgrown. And the square energy brings up, it brings up challenges that you're meant to grow through. You're meant to see it as an opportunity to make adjustments, to grow into something that is more finely tuned with your energy. And so this energy here is why this Aquarius New Moon and the start of the Lunar New Year with our new beautiful pet dragons is really wanting to set you free from what you were tangled up in, enmeshed in, whatever was pulling on your energy strings. You can see the Aquarian glyphs. Maybe these are energy strings and you're like, cut, snip, snip, snip. I'm done with those. This can also show you what is happening at your own higher levels of consciousness that are trying to get through to you. And maybe the messages have been whispering for a little while. Maybe they've been soft and gentle, and then they're getting louder and they're getting more extreme. And this could feel like it's a blowhorn in the face around something to look at, to realize, to face. So this energy is going to bring up where you're ready to set yourself free. And because it's in the fixed signs, we have a lot of fixed energy in this chart with these 4 planets here in Aquarius and 2 planets in Taurus. With the fixed energy, it's like if you were not wanting to make change, if you were resisting, if there's something you were pushing away, maybe you just didn't know how, when. Maybe there's something here where you needed more information and there's things that had to come together. This is where the universe provides a jump start. The change is happening, ready or not. Change. And it's already been in motion because this Uranus was previously at 19 degrees back in late 2022 and is not returning to 19 degrees. So this could be something you've been moving through for, let's say, a year and a half, and here's a push. And here's something too, I feel like, the universe moves us ahead for reasons we don't know yet. And that's where the trust comes in. That's where the living on a prayer, that's where the faith shows up. And that can be hard at times, especially with the mind that wants to see, wants to understand. And then look at how this Mercury in Aquarius is also squaring Jupiter in Taurus. So we have this energy pattern repeating with the planet in Taurus squaring the energy in Aquarius. Now, the Aquarius energy is stronger in this chart, and Mercury is strong in Aquarius. In fact, just as a side note, Mercury in Aquarius is actually where I think Mercury does exceptionally well and where Mercury is very strong, because this Mercury has to rise above the everyday and the mundane and tap into new solutions, new viewpoints, see the bigger picture. And so here we have a Mercury that's very strong in whatever the thought patterns are or a mindset. And then this square to Jupiter will amplify whatever Mercury is thinking in either extreme, right? Because Jupiter can amplify the fears, the worries, the security issues, feeling secure, feeling stable. And here you have these planets pushing for change, requiring change. And this Mercury could also, be very focused on the bigger picture and miss some of the basics or the essentials, which Taurus is tapped in with. And the Taurus energy is practical. It's practical in the how. How is this going to work? How is this going to come together? And sometimes the Aquarius energy can be future focused or so set in the fact that it will just happen that it'll overlook maybe some of the essentials that are needed. So 2 areas of your chart here are being amplified with this Aquarius new moon. The Aquarius energies obviously are quite strong and prominent. And then the Taurus energies are also showing you, okay, what's the practical application of this? Now, Jupiter knows what's going to come together, and Jupiter is still in a lovely sextile here to the Saturn at 7 degrees of Pisces. Now, they were exact for the second time the first week in February, but they're going to remain in a sextile into March. And this is where the energies of acceptance are aligning. This is where there's things coming together here. That this Saturn in Pisces is tuned into what you need to close out, what you're not meant to take forward. But there could be some things that you are selective about. Saturn likes that. Saturn likes quality over quantity. And Saturn wants you to be selective around what you're building and what you're moving forward. And then we also have more earth sign support here with Venus and Mars finishing up in Capricorn. They will both be in Aquarius later in February, and in fact they will be conjunct in February 21st through 24th. We'll have a Venus-Mars conjunction, but we're not there yet. Currently this Venus at 21 Capricorn 41 minutes is trining that Uranus, and is also weighing in on what will work, especially for the long term. This Venus is discerning. She's patient. She's mature. She will wait. She already had her exact trine to this Uranus when she was at 19 degrees. And so there could be something that came up just a few days before the new moon that clicks, or that gives you some kind of certainty, some kind of physical affirmation, practical guidance, something that shows up and is a delightful surprise. Now keep in mind with both Venus and Mars in Capricorn, Capricorn being authorities, elders, guides, mentors. This could be that you're even seeking some kind of outside counsel or support from an older masculine or older feminine, or they could show up to give you that assistance or guidance, or they could be the ones who understand what will work. These energies too will help you with a no. No, that's not a good idea. No, that's not the path. No, that's not a good strategy. So keep in mind that the earth signs here, so the planets in Capricorn and Taurus, will help with the limitations of what you can really handle. So going back to this new moon story of beginning something fresh, doing it different, being in alignment with what you really want now or what you want to begin, these practical earth signs are going to also give you an understanding of how it can come together, where your energy or time would be wasted, what you don't need to do, as well as what you do need to do. So this can help with also knowing that after this new moon, both Mars and Venus are going to make a conjunction to Pluto when they get to 0 degrees of Aquarius. And that is, I'm seeing it as a very powerful threshold masculine energy changes permanently, feminine energy changes permanently, relationship changes are underway within each of us as we are ascending, as we are growing, as these personal planets, and these are relationship planets, connect with Pluto. There's something here that we've been feeling or sensing, and this is going to be a breakout energy with the conjunction to Pluto that happens during this lunar cycle. So we're bringing in more Aquarian energies after this new moon. Between the Aquarius new moon and the Virgo full moon, towards the end of February, there's a lot happening in the Aquarius energies in your chart. And it's almost like it's all going to overpower any of this Taurus energy that wants to keep you, and I'm going to say secure, but I'm saying it in quotations, quote unquote secure, quote unquote safe, because there's something here where Jupiter's already got that covered. Like Jupiter could already have things in place for you to move towards, especially with this sextile to Saturn. So also this new moon is making a lovely sextile to Chiron conjunct the North Node in Aries. This will be exact February 18th and 19th with the True Node. I have the True Node here on the chart. I do have a video for you on YouTube showing the difference between how the True Node and the Mean Node work, if you want to check that out. But this energy is already in play, and they're at 16 degrees, sextiling the sun and the moon here in Aquarius. And this is helping develop the courage to be more of your own person in the world and to follow your unique path that could be bringing up parts of yourself that you're like, I don't know if I'm strong enough, I don't know if I can do this. But there's something about like turning, it's not just turning a page, it's like opening up a new chapter, opening up something within yourself that's really important for you to see in yourself. You're on your own terms, that you can handle it, because this Chiron has been here before at 16 degrees. It was here last year, 2023. So you've been working through something, and the conjunction to the North Node is so rare in this cycle. It's so rare, and it's helping you with a new start that you've been feeling and sensing. You've been building up the strength and courage for it, and it's helping with the new start. And this new moon in Aquarius is also a guiding force of trusting your authenticity, trusting that next dream, following that next path, trusting that this is what you're meant to do now. And Chiron changes our frequency because Chiron requires us to unravel parts of ourselves, to dig into the core of more of our gifts, of more of even the parts of yourself you have pushed away. Now, this is interesting because I'm getting the visual of how when we're wounded, our ego doesn't like that part of ourselves. So we just push it away. We don't want to look at it. Maybe we don't want to accept it, especially when we're younger. So this could be an inner child thing. This could be a part of yourself that you weren't supported in loving, that you didn't have external support, and you're just like, no, I don't want to look at that part of myself. And then the Chiron energy comes in, and especially conjunct the North Node, and says, actually, this is a key. See how the glyph here is a key? Oh my gosh, guess what? My son left this on the table. It goes to like a pirate box. Okay. So here's the pirate key. The key to something in yourself that you are ready to love and accept, and you're maybe gaining the courage to do so. And the North Node is what we put out in our energy, but even maybe out into the world, or something about who you are now that you're welcoming in. It's almost like bringing in a part of yourself to love in a new way that you, self-abandonment, parts of yourself that you abandoned. You locked it away. You locked it away. Now you unlock that door, welcome it in, bring in something in yourself that you're ready to fully own, accept, and love. And that is where you're also supported here in this new moon cycle. This is a big new moon cycle. There's a lot happening over the next 2 weeks in February with these planetary energies. There's a lot opening up. And then by the end of the month, the Sun and Mercury are conjunct Saturn at 9 degrees of Pisces. I'll talk about that in the Virgo full moon video. We've already got enough here. We've already got enough on our plates. And something else that's coming together is that the North Node is ruled by Mars, because the North Node is in Aries. And Mars conjunct Pluto, February 12th, 13th, 14th. It's exact on the 13th, but the energy is incoming. It's very volatile, explosive, anger. It's a big activation of rage. There's a lot that happens here. I just feel like there's something this Mars has to get out, and it's going to be purging with that conjunction to Pluto. And that somehow directly affects this healing. Is this the cutest dang key you've ever seen, or what? So just keep in mind, there's a key to something that you're meant to unlock. And I just feel like this Aquarius new moon is a really big portal. Very dynamic energies. For some people, your life isn't going to be the same after February. I know that's a big statement, and that's not true for everybody, but that's what these energies are. They are life-changing in multiple ways, in multiple places. There's something you're ready to change. There's something you're ready to face, to look at, to approach in a new way, because it's like this new sense of what you want your reality to be. I also feel that it's worth noting how Saturn is the traditional ruler of Aquarius, and Saturn is the timekeeper. And there could be something here, especially Saturn in Pisces, where you're evaluating how much time you have left in your life. Like, I don't have forever to live these dreams. I don't have forever to do everything I want to do. So I really want to put my energy into what matters to me now. I really want to realign and be living my values, living what's meaningful to me, and I don't want to push it off or push it away, and I'm ready for it. So that could be something too here that rises in power for you during this Aquarius new moon, as we are all riding around on our dragons. So, hope this has given you some beneficial information to guide you through this particular lunar cycle. I will have the Virgo full moon up next in this astrology chart video series. And wishing you a beautiful Aquarius new moon. See you on your dragon.